Okay, I've been asked about 23 Skidoo, the origin of the 23 Skidoo, and it came to me to name it 23 Skidoo after I was out of flying school. I was flying the airplane out of a little town called just south of Olympia, Washington, a little town of Tumwater, and I was taking my father down to look at the airplane and on the ground, and a flight of 4 P-38s came screaming across the deck and disappeared over the trees, and my dad said, 23 Skidoo. And that's why when I finally became a member of the 475th Fighter Group in New Guinea, they signed me an airplane, and that's when I put the 23 Skidoo on. Actually, 23 Skidoo was the most used, and they said famous, if you will, slang expression of during the Depression days. It dated back to 1899, actually, and it may be a derivative of skedaddle, but there's a lot of myths about the origin of 23 Skidoo. One of them was in New York City, at 23rd Street. The ladies would come out of the opera and have to step up onto 23rd, and the wind was blowing, blew there quite frequently around the corner. And the young men always knew when the wind was blowing and when the ladies were coming out of the opera, and they would walk by and watch the ladies lift their skirts up to let and you see their ankles when they stepped up on 23rd Street. And when they do this, a cop, the myth goes, would come by as the gentlemen, young men walking by would slow down to watch the ladies lift their skirts to go over the 23rd Street curb. They would, the police would say to him, 23 Skidoo, which means they wanted to just keep moving, get going. There's several myths, actually, and there is an encyclopedia of slang expressions, and 23 Skidoo is in there. It was really a saying of the Depression days, along with the words, you know, I love my wife, but oh, you kid, and isn't that swell? And 23 Skidoo was in that class of slang at the time. So that's the origin, and I've been asked about the Indian running, and I just felt that it was compatible with 23 Skidoo. It came from the Little Abner cartoon of the time in the 40s, and this was, I think they called him Little Joe, the Indian, and I just felt it appropriate to have Little Joe with 23 Skidoo.